Hello, everyone. This is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 26 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of All the Mods 8. Where today I want to check out shrines. Shrines are kind of like rituals from other mods, or basically they're blocks that affect their environment from Elemental Craft. So I flipped through the shrines chapter here, and you can see there's a bunch of shrines that are available. Shrines that set mobs on fire, pull ore out of the ground, create lava. This one has something to do with bees. This one sucks up items. And I picked out a few shrines that I would like to check out. Specifically, there's a couple neat ones. There is the Overload Shrine, which will boost the speed of the block it's facing. So it sounds like a tick accelerator, which I'm on board with. I'm totally on board with that, and I would like to try it out. So that's going to be one that we definitely check out at some point. In addition to that, I'd like to look at the Growth Shrine, because one of the things I'd like to start doing, if I can, is consider how I can tick accelerate the crop farm that I have outside and start working towards getting passive resource gen, right? So out here we've got, obviously my Inferium seeds happening, and everything looks cool. And what I would like to do is grow them faster. So there's also a shrine for harvesting, by the way, crops, which we're going to check out as well, just to see how well it works out. So I've obviously done the whole processing of mystical agriculture crops automatically before. I'd like to see how I can improve that if possible. Did you steal food from me, Mr. Enderman? Rude. That's all I'm saying. Super rude. Enderman's gonna be rude. That's what Endermen do. Now in fairness, we have a lot of Inferium Essence, like a lot. Probably from this passive mob farm running. In fact, I might go into my basement and add even more upgrades to the storage drawer, because we have 32,000, but if I remember correctly, that ain't all that much, right? That ain't all that much. What do you have in here? Do you have a gold upgrade? Is that what you have? You do. Can I make another gold upgrade? Maybe? We just need to make you. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Easy peasy. There, now you can have even more. Now, in fairness, I could go up to diamond tier, or I could go up to the right tier. We'll try, maybe. We'll see. At some point, perhaps. But for now, at least, it's just a little bit of a bigger storage upgrade available for me. So let's try out this Growth Shrine. So if I remember correctly, and it's been a little bit, we want to see the Growth Shrine. I'm assuming that needs water. Is that right? Where is Growth Shrine in here? Grow Shrine. Accelerates crops. To grow crops that cannot grow with bone meal, you need to upgrade the Growth Shrine with a boneless Growth Shrine. It consumes water element. So what we're going to want to have is a improved element extractor, which I think it can make all the things for. And then we're going to want a tank, which I have probably a few extras of, right? Cool. Element. Sweet. We're probably going to want some improved element pipes. We have a few of those left, so that's all looking good. Now, if we go back here, are you crafting? I assume you're crafting. Oh, you're doing this bit. Oh, right, yeah. I guess you need pure for the improved element extractor. That makes sense. So it probably made all the crystals for me. Auto crafting is working. How nice is that? Now, I did make this one chunk. Did I chunk load this? I remember to chunk load it. Yes, good. Very nice. Okay. So that's looking good. And then we should have our improved element extractor. Nice. Now, if we look at Elemental Craft, we should have the broken source displacement plate. Water source displacement, we're going to need a pristine water gem. So why don't I do this? I have a gem crystallizer. What I could do is just put them on top of the tanks that I already have doing things for me. And that might be cool. Yeah, that might be a cool way to do it. And then we can auto-craft with these if we need to as well. So do we have any watery type dudes here? We have a crude one. Okay, so I could throw the crude one in. Does it need to be a pure crystal on there? Does that not sound familiar? No, water crystal. Okay, yeah. Yeah, water crystal and some raw water shards. I was going to say, I don't remember it actually needing a pure crystal for this. So you go there, and then we throw 10 on there, and that gives us our best chance at getting the pure gem. Cool. So we did not get lucky. We got a fine gem, so we're going to try again and see if it'll upgrade. And I think it's, you know, RNG based, so we have to just cross our fingers. No such luck. I wonder what the chances are. Honestly, unsure. There we go. Pure. Nice. Cool. All right, so then U plus U should make the water source displacement. And then let's pop into here and steal a water source. So all I have to do is go find a water source. So I know we had a water one over here, but that might be the one I already stole. Yes. So what I'll do to do that is I will remove that. Perfect. Cool. Now I don't think we found any other waters, so I just have to fly around for a minute and look for one, which hopefully won't be too bad. Hopefully it won't be terrible. Maybe I come back in a minute because it's taken me more than I'd hope for it to. This is air, right? Yeah, I think that's air. And you know what, while I'm at it with Elemental Craft, why don't I snag this guy so I can just check out the properties that whatever thing we find has. Cool. So I'll come back in a minute once I'm ready. There we go. This looks like a nice water one. Oh my, look at all these things. Nocturnal, generous, and wasteful. No idea what those attributes mean. And it's click with an empty hand, right? I believe that to be the case. Yoink. Now, I'm almost certain that I'm going to need the boneless growth modifier for this, because if I remember correctly, the crops that I'm looking to accelerate, specifically the mesoagriculture ones, do not respond to bone meal. But we're going to try it without just to see the differences, because I want to kind of watch as things go. Now, if you look at the book, it tells you that from its level up to 3 blocks above it. Okay, so we're going to want to get down there, right? And I'll probably wind up moving these things around as things, and the other thing I want to check is the range of this thing. Because I honestly have no idea what its range looks like. Okay, so I'm pretty sure my center point is here. Yes, that is accurate. Cool. Let's get some dirt placed. So what we're going to want to do is probably, actually, I'm not going to put the dirt there. I'm going to put the growth shrine right there. Oh, you can be waterlogged. Look at you. I don't want that. I don't want you waterlogged, really. I don't know what I want you waterlogged. Well, it does say up to 3 blocks above. So, I mean, I could put it here, and then that would be 1, 2, and then the 3rd block above would be the crops themselves. Okay, so the experimentation we're about to run is, you know, how does this thing work out of the box, as in there's no upgrades applied. And then from there, we're going to see how it works with upgrades applied. Because there's a bunch of upgrades we can put on this thing to make it cooler. Okay? I should have gotten a shovel at some point, but we'll see. To do Paxel. Okay. So with you ready, we should be cool. I'm going to hook you up with some element pipes. Now, the upgrades I want to apply to this thing are as follows. Because some of them are specific to what side they can go on. Acceleration Shrine doubles the speed of a shrine. It can be placed on any side, including top and bottom. Okay. In addition, I wanted the Optimization Shrine upgrade. Reduce element consumption and increase the speed and capacity of the shrine, but it can only use 2. It can be placed on any side, including top and bottom. Okay. I may or may not do that. So this one makes it twice as fast. This one makes it like less than twice as fast. But it uses less element consumption and increases capacity. I'm not sure I care about the other two. I'm not sure I care about element consumption and capacity. So we'll see about that. Strength shrine upgrade. Doubles the strength of the effect of a shrine at the cost of increasing consumption. It can be placed on any side, including top and bottom. It cannot be combined with the bee-based upgrades. Okay, so that's good to know. Planting shrine upgrade, plant back harvested crops. I believe that one goes on the harvesting shrine, which I haven't made yet. This is just the growth accelerating one. And then boneless growth upgrade is one we have to use because I'm pretty sure that it cannot be used. It can only be placed on the top of a growth shrine. Okay, so that one has to go on the top. So that's good to know. Cool. So let's sleep through this night and get ready to do that. So I want to make the boneless growth upgrade, and then we'll go from there. So what am I missing in terms of crafting this thing? If I want most of these upgrades seem to use this thing, which is a shrine upgrade component. Okay, so let's teach it how to make that. That's definitely doable. That is definitely doable. Okay. So then if I said, hey, I would like a boneless growth upgrade, please, start, it'll make all the things. And then we can get bone blocks from bone meal. Cool. Okay. So making this bit, by the way, doesn't look too bad. It's just making swift crystals, which I assume are still in progress. Why is one of these scheduled? Why are you making that? Do you need a pure? I don't see you needing a pure. Did this guy need a pure? He did, that's why. Okay, fair enough. I'll come back when the crafting is, well, it looks like it's pretty close. So boneless. There we go. Nice. Boneless growth shrine. Period times 10. So that makes it a lot slower, which I don't love. I don't love that. Like a lot slower. So we're going to definitely want those acceleration upgrades to happen. Let's get ready for those. So acceleration shrine. Oh, you also need pure crystals? Ew. Optimization shrine. A lot of them need pure crystals. All right, so I definitely want strength. Let's maybe get like 1 strength. I'm not sure how much of an effect strength is going to have, right? I don't know if it means it's going to, like, rather than doing like 1 growth accelerate, it'll do 2, maybe. That's definitely possible. And then really just acceleration is the main ones. So can I get like 3 of these? Because I'm going to want 3 accelerations probably. Maybe 4, we'll see. Cool. And while you're at it, make 3 of those. And I'll let those cook while I start playing with this setup, right? Cool beans. So we need to pipe the element in there, right? So realistically, we've got 5 sides we can play with. One that's, well, 6 sides total, right? One that will accept the upgrade, the elements. Can you connect from the bottom? I guess we'll find out. And then you, I might want this down 1 more. So if I did that, and then we want this, and then we would put the water element here. Cool. And remember, that takes a minute to charge up. So let's come back in a moment once this thing is good to go. Yeah. And then once we start building up water element in here, I'll be ready to test out this whole setup and see how it works. Deal? Because, yeah, my goal is to see, like, A, what the radius looks like by default. There is a range upgrade, but I'm hoping it's good enough already that I don't need one. And then we'll see how fast we can get these things growing. Because if we can get them pretty fast, that would be cool. And real quick, I'm curious to see how plant gatherers work with inferium seeds. So I plopped one down there and mystical fertilized it. Let's see what happens. Because I'm debating how I want to handle the collection of these crops. Yoinked. Good to know. All right, I think it's almost done charging because I want to say the capacity is in the 580,000 range. If the cutoff tooltip at the top of the screen is telling me anything. Cool. All right, so once that's filled, the other thing I want to measure is kind of what the growth shrines data tells me, because I'd be interested to see what information is available on there. So this guy's almost ready. So if we were to break you and put a similar setup here, so you... I don't think I need the variable store for this because I'm just doing a quick and dirty. And then give me tile entity NBT. Cool. What do you got for me? Element amount, element capacity. Running is 0B, probably because it's not running. Because it probably doesn't have any element storage. Yeah, you can kind of see at the top there what that element storage value is. I'm curious if there's like a... Maybe once running is true, it'll add some variables to it. Now, we should be getting some water buildup in here. Perfect. So now if I right-click that, we should see it getting some element amount. Cool. And now it's full of element. So shouldn't it be running? One might expect that to be a truth now. Yes, running true. Do I have to give it a redstone signal? I don't know. Oh, hey, look, it's working. Look, bone meal effects. And look, because it comes all the way out to here, that's kind of a good thing, right? I think that's a good sign that it's working nicely. All right. So is that running true now? No, it's funny. It's still running 0. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I was hoping to get a little bit more info about that. All right. So now that we know that that works, let's see. Does the boneless growth shrine thing also do the whole watery annoyance thing? It totally does. It totally does. All right, if we just do that, we should be fine. Cool. All right. Neat. Hey, look, it got increased capacity from adding that there. Cool. All right, so now you should be affecting these guys, which is nice. Okay. Part of me wants to just like let's skip this whole bit, right? Because we're probably just gonna have this farm primarily be for Inferium. Okay, so put all this junk away. All right, not super crazy fast yet, but we're gonna get there. Now we want our acceleration dudes. So give me some white rocks. Give me some clocks. Okay, and then acceleration shrine upgrade. We'll see how things go, right? So I want to put strength on there first. This is correct, right? Strength shrine upgrade. Did that have to go on the bottom, did it say? No, because that's the one that I could have including top and bottom. It cannot be used in combination. Yeah, so that can go anywhere, really. Interesting that strength doesn't seem to want to go on here. Maybe strength doesn't fit on the growth shrine? That's possible. That's possible. Let me get another block reader. Then I could put you here, and that would be cool, right? I like that plan. All right. You know what? Not too shabby thus far. All right, so let me put strength away. Let me get some more acceleration shrine upgrades here. My thoughts are that I'll probably wind up with all 4 being acceleration. Because I don't think there's any other upgrades I would want to put on this guy, right? That ain't bad. Look at that go. That's pretty cool. It's not like stupid fast, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty good. Especially if we got 1 more acceleration. Which will take a minute because it has to go pure, but not a big deal. But that's actually pretty good. Now, keep in mind that it's probably affecting this whole area, right? If I popped you here, would we see any? Yes, good. So now my curiosity is, if I got a hoe, how far do you extend by default? Because I definitely saw particles here, so that told me that you reached over there. But I'm assuming you won't be able to reach this guy. Right? So that's good to know that the default size is, yeah, is a standard farm size. That's cool. Okay. So this could be good. Because my plan here is to see how fast can I get these crops growing. And the goal is to make them like stupid hilarious fast. And the way we're going to accomplish that is by combining multiple mods and all their growth acceleration potentials, right? So between Elemental Craft and Botania and Reliquary and whatever other growth accelerating things we can do, I'm wondering how fast can I get these crops to grow? And that would be fun for me. You know what else seems to be interesting? We're not losing any water at the moment, which tells me if the growth shrine can't grow anything, it doesn't seem like it's actually using up any water, which is actually really kind of nice. See, now it's using water again because it grew something. So I think if it fails to find something to grow, it doesn't consume water, which is nice. And remember, once this thing gets drained completely, it'll just go into a cooldown mode, refill itself, and then be good to go. So, and we could stabilize it too if we needed to. I have to look into stabilization. Let's add the source stabilizer to the to-do list. I'm actually kind of curious. What does that do again? Source stabilizer can be used it prevents them from being replaced by blocks. It also slightly increases the source recovery rate. Let's try it, right? Do you not know how to make springling glass? You may not. That's right, I can get some. Cool. And then it'll just be a minute for it to craft up the Swift alloys. Yeah, I'm not sure how they work, but we'll find out together. 2 out of 4 done. Come on, buddy, one more. Almost there. So do I just, like, right-click it? Oh, look at that. That's cool. Now it's stabilized 1. Okay. Also slightly increases the recovery rate. So when it does fully drain, it'll recover faster. I like this. This is looking good to me. All right. So now let's see what other tick accelerating mechanics for growth we can get going. And also I have to figure out harvesting. Maybe I should do the harvesting first. That sounds cool. All right, yeah, let's do harvesting first. So to get harvesting working, we're going to want the harvest shrine, which is going to require some of that activity. So can I back? Did I back yet? Yeah, there we go. Cool. So you're going to go and be ready over here. So we're going to want a shrine. Okay. And the harvest shrine will be earth crystal, any earth gem, diamond, hoe, and shears. So give me 2 of these. Any earth gem. we'll do this. We will do this. And I'll come back when I'm done crafting everything. Okay, so you go there. Diamond and earth crystal, right? And that should make whatever gem we want. And then you're going to go over here. And what we want is growth crystal shrine. No. Harvest shrine. So earth, diamond toe, and shears. And I'm assuming it should be fully repaired, but if not, no big deal. Oh man, I got a pristine earth gem for that. I'm going to save that because I have to move an earth thing anyway. So what I'll do is give me another earth crystal and another diamond. Just because RNG was good to me for a change, I'm going to... Because I need this to be this so that I can move an earth guy there. Because I'm pretty sure my harvesting shrine needs earth. Yes, consumes earth element. Harvest crops below it. Okay. Hooray, task completed. I guess that's the first one of those I made. All right, so earth, crystal. Ah. Do what? How did that? I guess you can right-click those and throw them? Okay, they I learned. Didn't mean to do that. Meant to click it on this and missed. And that should be making the thing. Cool. Let's go find an earth source to steal in the whatchamacallit dimension after this is done crafting. And I'll come back when it's ready. Oh, and also I need the planting shrine upgrade. Okay. So back in a sec once I get a, well, you know what? This shouldn't take too long because I'm pretty sure I've got an Earth 1 bookmarked, right? That I didn't move yet. Earth 3? Sure, why not? All right, analyze it first. Recovery, capacity, selfish, whatever that means. Yeah, I wish there was somewhere in the book that told me what those are. Unless I missed it, I don't see it. Okay. So now with that move ready. Okay, now we should be able to make the planting shrine upgrade. So I want to test this to see if it works with mystical agriculture crops. I'm hoping that it does, but I have no idea if it will. So let's do that. In fact, I'm just going to place you right here, Mr. Harvest Shrine. And planting goes where? It can only be placed in the bottom of a Harvest Shrine upgrade. Okay, good to know. Have I shrank in this pack? Have I made one of those yet? Haha! Love me some shrink. Such a useful mod. So cool. And then I don't know that we're going to need a particularly large amount of things here, but we'll figure out what we wind up needing. But we'll do some element pipes. How about we just go straight to a tank? We're going to want the extractor on it. Let's get like a let's go to basic extractor first and see if that's maybe enough. And then we'll make the good extractor in a minute if we need to. There you go. And then we just need to wait for this thing to recharge. And if we wanted to, we could get another stabilizer from Elemental Craft. Another one of you, please. And a couple of these. Looks like we might need to get more Springaline shards happening, but we can automate those if we choose to. Alright, so stabilizer goes on this guy. And that should speed up the rate at which it recovers itself. And then once this guy starts flowing, we'll see things harvest. Now, my assumption is that the harvester will just break the crops in place. And when that happens, we're going to need to pick them up. So to stick with the thing here, the vacuum shrine pulls towards itself nearby items and stores them in the container below it. Okay, that's good to know. In the container below it. And I'm curious what nearby means. That's a real curiosity for me. So let's get ready to test that guy. Now, worst case, we can use another mod to do this, because there's plenty of mods that can handle the whole vacuum items up into a chest thing. But, I'd like to stick with the theme of Elemental Craft for this build if I can. So let's get ready to do the vacuum shrine. That consumes air, by the way, which is annoying, because it means I'm gonna have to get a third element over there to do the item pickup. It's annoying-ish. And it stores it in the chest below, which means I can't easily place it right on top of the harvest shrine. I have to place it, you know, elsewhere. Not an ideal situation, but let's at least check it out. Now, I think there's upgrades that can go with that guy. The pickup shrine upgrade is an upgrade exclusive. Completely change the behavior. It will instantly pick up items instead of pulling them towards it first. It can only be placed on top of the shrine. It cannot be used in combination with the Vortex or Strength shrine upgrades. Okay. To pull mobs and creatures instead of items. Okay. I might forego this only because I don't want to have another element thingy over there. Like, earth and water is enough. I don't know if I want to do the whole air bit. So I'm going to go with advanced item collectors. Interestingly, it says on the tooltip for the item that the range is 7 blocks, but if you look in the UI, it says the range is 9 by 9 by 9. And if we show that range, it confirms it to be 9 by 9 by 9, which is a nice range. You can see as soon as I drop an item inside that area, it disappears, and it pops right into the chest. So I'm going to call that a pretty good win. Can I increase range? Oh, wow, you can actually go up to 15 by 15 by 15. That is nice. All right. Super cool, right? And we'll just do an empty blacklist, which means you can pick up any and all items. Nice. Okay, so now you are starting to get this. So let's do the thing here and see if you do what I want you to do. You do, and you leave the crops behind. Nice. Okay, that is good times. That is good times. He's a little bit slow. He's just a smidge slow. But not terrible. Now here's the question. Is he... How quick is he? Like, is he... Nope. He breaks them as soon as they pop up. So that is actually fast enough. I was concerned it was like, kind of like this one over there. He like scans and then scans and then scans and then scans and then found one that's grown. This one seems to scan the whole area and it breaks once per operation, which means that as soon as one's grown, it'll break it. And if it happens to be that two grow together, they'll be like boom, boom. And that works for me. This is cool. I'm on board with this. Very much so. Where are you going, Mr. B? That's not a good place for you to go hang out down there. That's a very bad place. Okay. Fair enough. Let's let this run for a minute, and then come back. Now, here's something a little weird. Didn't I put the acceleration dude here? Actually, before I did this, I checked the video, and yes, there was 3 here. Where did the third one go? Eh? Meh? I don't know. I am not sure where the third one went. So I don't think I need another accelerating shrine up on my harvester, but I kind of want one down here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap up the episode. I'm going to place this down again and see if I can't determine why it was there before, right? Like, I'm not completely out of my mind. Pretty sure. And when we come back next episode, I think it's time to get into a little mystical agriculture and then also speeding this up further. So this will be sufficient growth accelerating for elemental craft. But then, see, I told you not to go down there, little B. You didn't listen to me. I warned him. You know, not a good listener. What can I say? So if I plop that down there, do you think, like, there's a limit? Like, there can only be 2 of these? The book did not imply that. Acceleration. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about a limit. So I don't know why. There was 3 on there before, and then this one just kind of disappeared. So I'm going to keep an eye on that for a little bit and see if it disappears again. Either way, wrapping up point for the episode. This is a chunk boundary. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Maybe when the chunk unloads. Is this chunk loaded, this area? So what chunks are loaded here? Yeah, this is not obviously well chunk aligned, but like this chunk is not loaded. So maybe what happened is the acceleration upgrade was in this chunk. It's attached to the shrine that's in this chunk. When this chunk became unloaded, the upgrade said, I'm not attached to a shrine, and it dropped into the world. I'm going to put that out on a limb and say that's probably what happened. Let's make sure this whole area is chunk loaded, just to make everybody happy. It would, I mean, look, it's not doing too bad. So next episode, let's come back. We'll look into more growth acceleration options, because we've got Britannia obviously already up and running, so that's an option. We'll have Reliquary, because I'm pretty sure Reliquary's in the pack, right? Yep. And there's the Lily Pad of Fertility. Speeds up the growth of crops. Cool. And then Britannia has a flower for that. So I'm going to add that to my to-do list. I forget what it's called, but I'll know it when I see it. Ish. You know what? They changed the textures of things, so I'm going to have to look at... I'm going to have to look at what they are. Not the orchid. Agricarnation, that's it. Pretty sure that's the one that speeds up crop growth. And then we'll see what other crop growthy things we can do. For now, wrapping up point, Devil 20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.